Happy New Year 2015 to everyone. Pacem in Terris. Peace, love, and prosperity. Violence is a culture. It doesn't include in the genome and human chromosomes. It is not an inevitability of nature. It is possible to avoid it. It's come from the outside. All was well when God created man, and the earth generated in the hands of man. Man thinks it is sufficient to himself and discusses deterioration, violence on earth. Pride is the source of all violence in the world. God created man in perfection, and because of the disobedience, violence took place in earth. Violence wins peace, love, and prosperity in earth. We live in a world solely marked by violence. I am sure if we seriously committed to humanize ourselves, establish peace, surely we can do so. But we have to understand the mechanism of violence. If we are able to destroy each other, if we can become a vote for our brothers, we can also establish principle and behavior that can create peace structures. The animal behavior is not natural to man. He borrows it from his environment. God made a wise creature with his image. He created man in an atmosphere of peace, love, and prosperity. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, a French philosopher, said, "Man is born good. It is the society that corrupts him." Indeed, brutality, savagery, war, jealousy, malice are not included in the human genome, but man learned them from his environment. These evil are cultural facts. They are not man's natural state. We need to understand that man's brutality, violence, wickedness are diseases that do not correlate to man's nature. Man can cure himself from these diseases, but he has to be conscious of evil culture. He has to accept that he behaves like animal. He has to be aware of his presence on earth contaminate, poison the planet. And which one says, and when someone says he lives like animal, he gets hungry. That proves that man is not intelligent. For example, savagery is animalistic. Brutality is animalistic. Violence is animalistic. Jealousy is animalistic. Hatred is animalistic. Just to name a few. Certain men can humanize himself, but society needs the humanist, the actors of non-violence in our society to guide, to tame men animalistic behavior. Humanitarian teachers to teach the importance of positive peace in school. It is imperative to install, to implement, to establish a culture of peace in the world, which aims to encourage love, instill prosperity, and provide mutual respect. Without love, mutual respect, and prosperity cannot have positive peace. Peace, love, and prosperity are instruments, effective weapons that can eliminate, exterminate violence in the world. It is essential to uproot the root of violence in the world and fertilize the seed of peace. The world needs a new world order and, to destroy, to deconstruct the violence and construct a non-violence climate in the world. The new world order must be based on aspects of humanistic values such as justice, equality, solidarity, respect, and tolerance. Beforehand, the school teachers must insert a process of peace, non-violence in school curriculums so that the student who will be the future citizen can know how to communicate with themselves, to clarify what happens in themselves. They must communicate with others in a way that promote understanding and acceptance of the message. And finally, receive a message from the other and listen in a way that promotes dialogue regardless of the manner of expression. Marshall Rosenberg, an American psychologist and creator of the communication of nonviolence, said that the purpose of the communication of nonviolence is to promote the movement of heart and release ourselves into others within free course of our natural benevolence. Certainly, the culture of violence can change because it is not from the genetic, chromosomes, human biology. Violence remains a cultural phenomenon in humans. In fact, an educational process may change this bad culture. Men have to stop treating the earth and this environment as it's an enemy to them. Men are treating earth and its treasures of an eternal war. Its natural resources have been poisoned. Bombs, missiles, and others are launched every day in the world. The terrorism kill, kidnapping little girls to sell as slaves. They force them to prostitution. Islamic terrorism kill Christians with no regard for the sanctity of life. Man is a threat to earth. His biggest problem is selfishness. He seeks no, he's not looking for the way to save earth, to ameliorate earth. He enjoys life without worrying about the consequences of others. Really, it is a selfish and criminal act. He's poisoning the atmosphere, the planet, to enrich himself. Writing the environment ministers of France, Germany, and Spain despise all the effort made to drive collectively the planet towards environmental disaster due to the overexploitation of species, destruction of tropical forests, and those listening of present and to come. Man is a virus that is running earth, biting the earth. The carrier theory James Lovelock tells us, let the earth is a living organism. Right now, she has a fever because of a virus called the man who thrives on its surface. The earth is sick of man. Nonviolence is the most powerful instrument, weapon to humanize human societies. It is sine qua non to establish the fundamental principle, moral, divine, and ethical, to solve the problem of violence in the world. A life without peace and tranquility is not a good life. A life without peace does not deserve to be living. We must fight to break the spiral of violence. The human conflict must be dissolved by humanitarian principles, the principle of non-violence, passivity, more strength to build a just world. The golden rule to combat violence is to accept and implement and promote, not do to others what you do not want others to do to you. Thank you. May God bless all.